I popped back in. Yep. We're live now. Okay.
Okay.
Am I allowed to start before the clock says 7? I don't think I am. I think that's a faux pas,
6:59 on my iWatch.
right?
That's what I've got.
You gotta wait.
I know.
You gotta wait.
Not-
Waiting. I'm waiting.
We have 2 attendees.
Okay, and it is 7 o'clock, my friend.
You're
I call
welcome.
this meeting to order at 7 o'clock p.m. Today is Monday, January 11th, and this is a regular meeting of the Chagrin Falls Village Council. First, we have the Pledge of Allegiance, and joining us tonight for the Pledge of Allegiance is the 5th grade junior Girl Scout troop from Chagrin Falls Intermediate School. So I went really fast, so sorry.
Pledge allegiance, no
To
audio,
the flag
of the United States
of the United States of America
and
and to the republic for which it stands,
one nation,
one nation, under God,
God,
indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thanks, guys. Roll call, please. Mr. Bloom?
Bernardo,
Here.
Evans,
Here.
Grube,
Here.
Newell,
Here.
Rocky,
Here.
Rogoff,
Here.
Wyval.
Okay, we have 2 sets of minutes, which you should have received via email. First, December 14th, 2020. Do we have any changes or?
I don't have any,
I
Madam
don't either.
President.
Okay, seeing no one needing to change anything, do we have a motion to adopt the minutes of December 14th, 2020?
A motion to adopt. You got all of us.
I know, motion by Newell,
Second.
Second.
and second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
Bernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Abstain.
Grube.
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval.
Aye.
And then we also received the minutes from our organizational meeting on January 4th, 2021. Do we have any adjustments or changes to this?
No.
Okay, seeing none, I will move to approve the minutes from January 4th, 2021. Can I have a second?
Second.
Motion by Grube, second by Evans. Roll call, please.
Bernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval.
Aye.
And on that note, report of the mayor. Bill, you're on mute.
You're on mute.
Sorry.
I got several things tonight. As you may recall, about every 5 years, we have a charter review, and the mayor nominates citizens to be on the charter review, and I want to submit those names tonight for council for approval. John Mitchell has agreed to be the chair of the Charter Review Commission. Annie Griffiths. Let's see, and we've got Emily Hicks, Catherine Gradus, and Justin Herdman are the 5 names that I would propose. Justin and Mitchell have been on village council in the past. So we've got a representation of the community and of various different demographics in Chagrin. So with that, I'd ask the council to approve those names.
Any discussion? Okay, motion
No.
to approve the mayor's appointments to the charter. Motion to approve John Mitchell, Justin, Ann Griffiths, Catherine Gatos, and Emily Hansa Hicks to the Charter Review Commission. Motion by Group.
Second.
By, was that Evans or
Rogoff.
Rogoff? I'm sorry. Second by Rogoff. Roll call, please.
Evans,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval?
Aye.
DiBernardo?
All right, and second, I've been advised by the engineer, and this is just an FYI for the community. As you know, we've been having some substantial flooding problems, and more on that later tonight. But right for now, we're going to overfly the various watersheds in Chagrin with a drone and
Wow.
record the topography and get a good picture of what's actually on the ground and overlay that on a topo map at a later date. And we had to wait till the leaves were all off the trees. And we had a clear day without snow, so we're going to do that on Wednesday. And that's just so everybody knows, if you start getting calls that there's a drone in the neighborhood, that's what it's about.
Okay.
And I believe that's all on my, no, I've covered that. That's it on my mayor's report tonight.
Awesome. And then report of the finance director, Mr. Bloom.
I have no report tonight, Madam President.
Okay, and then Mr. Bloom, do we have any members of the public who need to speak to a legislative item?
No, we do not tonight.
And then Mr. Markowitz, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Our first item is ordinance 2020-58, an ordinance adopting a social media policy for the Village of Chagrin Falls and amending the employee policy and procedure manual for social media and fraud reporting and declaring an emergency.
Okay. Ms. DiBernardo, this is the second reading.
Yes, I'd ask that we leave that on for a third reading this week and finish our discussions at our next meeting.
Okay.
Leave it
So
on
if you have any
reading.
other questions about it, make sure you reach out to Ms. DiBernardo before then so that we can keep moving forward.
Ordinance number 2021-01. It's an ordinance to enter into a sanitary sewer and water line easement with Riverhouse Chagrin LLC. This is an easement that I drafted for the Riverhouse project on Spillway South. We need it because the utilities are going to be installed in a private driveway area that'll serve the 6 units that are going to be built there.
Okay, Mr. Newell.
Yeah, well, the law director summed it up pretty well. I'm excited that this project is moving forward, but all of the roads and vehicle access is on private property. So the underground utilities, we will need an easement for access. And this is an easement that we can use if we need to do any maintenance, repairs, or investigations of the underground utilities.
So this is not written as an emergency, but the administration has asked us to consider passing it tonight so that they can execute it. It does mean they can't do anything with it for 30 days because it's not written as an emergency. Fun little twist there on our normal state of business.
So you're saying you want
Right.
to suspend the rules, but keep it as a 30-day.
Right.
Yeah, well, we have to because it wasn't written as an emergency.
Okay, well, we could amend it. That's all right.
Yeah.
So anyhow, that's what it is for. Anybody has any questions or comments?
And we're expecting them to break ground sometime this spring,
That would be
Good.
right? Is that an loose estimation, spring?
That would be a fair assessment.
Well, hearing no comments, I'd like to make a motion to suspend the ruling for 3 readings for this ordinance.
Second.
Motion by Newell, second by Evans. Roll call, please.
Rube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Rocky's on mute.
You're on
On
mute,
mute.
Rocky.
Sorry.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval, DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
I'd like to make a motion to pass ordinance 2021-01. Second.
Motion by Newell, second by Rocky. Roll call, please.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval, DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Rube,
Aye.
Thank you. Next one's ordinance number 2021-02, an ordinance authorizing the clerk to advertise for bids for various materials, supplies, repairs, and construction for the year 2021.
Ms. DiBernardo, Facilities and Services.
Yes, we had a facilities and services meeting tonight. We did vote to recommend that we pass this tonight at council. This is a standard ordinance we pass every year to allow the clerk to advertise for bids for materials that we need to just keep the village running. Rob, do you want to add anything to this, or?
Materials, supplies, repairs, like if something were to fail out of the blue, and construction. So instead of having to take those individually, this covers
Sure.
as a blanket, anything we need to do.
Okay.
Any questions? Okay, this, in the vein of our last ordinance, is also not written as an emergency, but they would like us to suspend the rules. And so then it takes effect in 30 days.
Motion to suspend.
Second.
Motion by Evans, second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval,
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
I'm sorry.
Oh, sorry.
Second.
Motion by DiBernardo, second by Newell. Roll call, please.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval, DiBernardo,
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Mr. Markowitz, back to you.
Okay, next one is ordinance number 2021-03, an ordinance adopting the mutual assistance and aid agreement among Bainbridge Township, Village of Chagrin Falls, Russell Township, and South Russell Village for reciprocal emergency management assistance and aid, authorizing the mayor to execute such agreement and declaring an emergency. This is emergency. Yeah,
This is an emergency.
this is an emergency. South Russell's passing theirs tonight,
Okay.
and we're asking you to do the same as well.
Angie?
Okay, so we also covered this at Facilities and Services. Rob Jameson quite eloquently explained the thought behind this. Just like we have a mutual aid agreement with the police, this would actually create a mutual aid agreement among our governments for service departments at facilities, of basically snow plowing, things like that we could help each other in the case of either a staff outage due to COVID or due to a tornado or other types of emergencies. But I'll let Rob fill in tiny bits of details, and then we can have questions.
Thank you, Angie. That covered it pretty well. We're looking at any kind of situation where the event, like a flood, severe storm, windstorm, tornado, a snowstorm where your staff is depleted due to an injury or illness. Whenever you need help, you can call upon your neighboring 3 communities to provide assistance only if they were so able to do so. So it's not an obligation, it's just opening the doors and allowing us to do that. We would only provide assistance to any of these other 3 communities if we had things under control in our own town and we were able to do so without affecting services to our own residents. So it's a good way to provide backup. We do provide backup now in a variety of services back and forth, and we do that quite smoothly for non-emergent type events. This is kind of covering it for emergency situations and being a little more specific due to the challenges from COVID recently.
Okay. Facilities and Services voted unanimously that we pass this evening.
I have a question.
Mhm.
How did this list of communities come about, and could other communities join?
We could always consider adding communities to this. This entire legislation was spearheaded by Mayor Coons from South Russell. He's the one that sent out the request to the other 3, and we had a Zoom call, or a phone call actually. No, it was a Zoom call with all 4 communities, and we felt we're all close. We have a lot of neighboring areas to one another. Clearly, we could extend that if we needed to communities west, north, and south of us as needed. But at this time, we felt that anything that we would need that would come up, we'd be able to handle within the 4 community area. But that is something to look at. I anticipate, like South Russell has a very small service department. We have our utilities department. So if we were in an emergency situation, we would first utilize them, provided they weren't tied up at the plant. with the utility situation. And then we'd go to the neighboring towns if need be. But I think it's a good situation. We'll see how it goes. And of course, if we do end up doing anything under this, I'll let council know.
It just really basically formalizes what we all understood to be sort of an unwritten agreement before. And I think it was a good idea on Mayor Coons' part to formally document this. But, I think we would have all helped each other out anyhow if we could have.
Thank you.
And we have these mutual aid agreements for the police departments as well.
Correct. Thank you.
Yes.
Karen, go ahead.
Sorry, yeah, thanks. Just for clarification from me, I understand the nature of it before was a kind of a handshake agreement. And we would of course be inclined to help any community that we could, if we could, but we are not under an obligation. When I see not a contract, but something like this put in motion, I just feel like it's documenting, an obligation, but that's not the case.
No,
No.
Okay,
we're not obligated to help at all. It's all in the request. The request is made to the neighboring town and only if they're able to, and to the extent.
What we thought, Darren, is in this age of COVID, somebody's department could be wiped out and another department could be fine. And so, to do snow plowing and the other types of things on a short-term basis. Other than that, it would have to be an isolated storm that, for example, hit South Russell, but didn't hit Chagrin and Bentleyville, et cetera. So that's what I meant by we would have given them a hand anyhow.
okay.
Any other questions? Seeing none.
Motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
Motion by DiBernardo, second by Evans. Roll call, please.
Wyval?
Aye.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Grube?
Aye.
Newell?
Aye.
Rocky?
Aye.
Rogoff?
Aye.
Motion to adopt?
Second.
Motion by DiBernardo, second by Evans to adopt. Roll call, please.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Grube?
Aye.
Newell?
Aye.
Rocky?
Aye.
Rogoff?
Aye.
Wyval?
Aye.
Deal.
Okay, thank you. Next one is ordinance number 2021-04, an ordinance authorizing the mayor to enter into a contract with Vermeer Corporation of Medina, Ohio, for the purchase of a Vermeer BC 1800 XL tree and brush chipper and declaring an emergency.
Ms. DiBernardo, back to you.
I know, it's my meeting tonight, okay?
Yeah.
This is an ordinance that would allow the administration to purchase a chipper and a winch with the chipper. Apparently our old chipper is about 25 years old and is no longer serviceable. And this was in last year's budget, but we deferred purchasing it due to our concerns about budget expenses with COVID. It will appear in this year's budget. The reason why we're looking at this now is because we were forced to rent a chipper to do the chipping we had to do this year. And the company has put a deal on the table where they will discount the cost of that rental, which was just under $7,000 from this purchase if we make the purchase now. So that's why we're looking at it now. And it is less expensive than what we had actually originally budgeted. You can see, I'm gonna let Rob just give you the numbers. I think he has the legislation out.
Yes.
Yeah.
So we're getting a credit of $69.50 for the tree rental, or the rental of the tree chipper, and the purchase of the winch option to add on will be $3,969 to the base unit for a total of $55,359. We had $65,000 approved in last year's budget.
Okay.
So it's just slightly above 10,000 less than what we had budgeted for. And I think it's a great opportunity to take advantage of the purchase price, giving us credit for the rental amount and to buy a machine off of our state cooperative purchasing program.
So just to sum up the items that were brought up in our meeting tonight, this will be used for cleanup from our own street trees. We do a lot of our own tree trimming, so this will be used by the service department year round. It'll also be used for the holiday tree collection, as well as for picking up debris after storms that are significant in size. It will not be used on a regular basis to provide chipping for residents at this time, because that takes up a lot of manpower. But should we have an exceptional storm like we've seen, we will be able to have that the ability to do that. And we did recommend that council pass this tonight. They would like to see it passed tonight if possible, due to the fact that we want to get that $7,000 off on the purchase. Okay.
Any conversation? Darren, you're not, we can't hear you.
We do, Rob, with our old chipper. Not that it's that big of a deal, I'm assuming.
We're going to be eventually selling it on Gov Deals, auctioning it off.
You could buy it, Darren.
I don't want.
I do have to say that
Anything.
Rob Jameson had my favorite typo that I've seen yet in anything delivered.
Yes.
He in explaining this in an email, said that the chipper was 245 years old. So I think if we have a 245-year-old chipper, we definitely need to replace it.
My apologies, the Ford.
No, I loved it. I thought it was like a Thomas Jefferson. It made Aaron's day and then made my day. So
1776, I think.
1776 chipper needs to go. So
English.
Hand crank.
exactly, it's a hand crank. Exactly.
So, seeing as it's time to leave the hand crank era
Yes.
of chippers, do we have a motion to suspend the rules?
Second.
Okay, I have a motion by Evans, second by DiBernardo. Roll call, please.
Evans,
Aye.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval.
Aye.
DiBernardo,
Aye.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion by Evans, second by Newell. Roll call, please.
Grube,
Aye.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval. DiBernardo.
Aye.
Evans,
Aye.
Okay, then.
Okay,
Back to Mr. Murphy.
Thank you. Yeah, the last one is ordinance 2021-05, an ordinance to enter into a memorandum of understanding with the Village of South Russell and the Village of Chagrin Falls Exempted Village School District regarding the deployment of a school resource officer and declaring an emergency.
Mr. Rocky, to you.
This is just an update of a policy that we already have. The biggest change to it at the moment is it just reflects the new pay scales. So going from 2021 all the way to 2024, and the updates in the benefits package. It's an agreement that between us and South Russell to help pay for the school resource officer, and Chief Dasick can explain it better, I'm sure.
So this is essentially the same MOU that we signed a couple years ago. It's been updated with the dates, and then like Councilman Rocky said, to update the numbers. So Mr. Bloom was able to project out loosely based on the officer we hired at the time the program was started, just so the school can plan for their budget cycle. But everything is pretty much staying the way it's been. The school reimburses us for the time that the officer spends at the school, and the village picks up the rest. South Russell's contribution goes directly to the school to offset their portion. But as far as there's no major changes in there, and as far as the program is concerned, I think everybody's pretty happy with how it's going so far.
Yeah, I agree. I think Officer Baldwin does a good job, and I mean I hear positive things from my children about their interactions and having that sort of relationship develop in the school system. So I think it's fantastic. I'd love to see us continue it.
Yep.
Any other thoughts? Questions, concerns? Okay.
And we do need to pass this tonight, so.
Yes. Yeah, it goes into effect January 1 of 2021.
Oh, okay.
Whoops.
Well, then I will motion to suspend the rules for ordinance 2021-05.
Second.
Motion by Grube, second by Newell. Roll call, please.
Newell,
Aye.
Rocky,
Aye.
Rogoff,
Aye.
Wyval?
Aye.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Grube?
Aye. And
Motion to adopt?
Second.
I have a motion by Evans, second by Rocky. Roll call, please.
Rocky?
Aye.
Rogoff?
Aye.
Wyval?
Aye.
DiBernardo?
Aye.
Evans?
Aye.
Grube?
Aye.
Newell?
Aye.
And nothing on the litigation docket tonight.
Fantastic. We are just cruising right along here at 7:24, and we are on to council committee reports. Mr. Wyville, admin and comp. Ms. DiBernardo, Arts Commission.
Arts Commission is looking for a date for our first meeting, and we would also ask that perhaps before February, if we could get a nomination to fill the empty slot on our commission from the mayor. We do have an opening in the Arts Commission. So I know we've submitted a couple of names, so it would be nice. I think in February we'll probably meet, and if we could get everybody there, we could welcome the new member.
No problem, Angie. We'll talk
Okay.
tomorrow.
Great.
Okay. Board of Zoning Appeals, Mr. Rocky.
We had a meeting on last Tuesday for the December meeting was last Tuesday, January 5th, and that's it.
The Cemetery Commission is myself, and we meet tomorrow. Facilities and Services.
Just tonight's legislation. Oh, and we also scheduled our next meeting for February 8th, before the next council meeting at 6:15, where we will start the discussion of how we make decisions about holiday decorations in the parks.
Thank you. Finance Committee is myself. We will have our January meeting on January 21st at 8:30 a.m. Grove Hill Park Committee.
No report.
Mayor's Merchant Committee.
We had actually a little meeting. We have a meeting scheduled on Friday at 9 a.m. We've invited all the local merchants, and we have a survey out in the field to all the merchants to see how sales went in 2020 and during the holiday season. I will submit that to all of you once we get the results.
Yeah, you did a lot of fantastic work this holiday season, helping coordinate and make everything happen. I know a lot of people also helped, but thank you for spearheading that.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Okay.
Parking Commission.
We have no report. We have no parking issues.
Right.
Main Street was empty today.
Awesome.
You could park in front of any store you wanted to.
That's not good.
Not a good thing.
I know, exactly.
Okay, Parks Commission.
No report.
Planning and Zoning.
Planning and zoning meets at 7 o'clock on January 18th on Zoom.
Okay. Safety Committee, Mr. Rocky.
No report besides tonight's legislation.
Shade Tree Commission.
We are going to try to have a meeting. We have not met since the COVID lockdown in person nor virtually. So we're going to try to have a meeting to get the band back together and talk about spring planning. So I'm working on that. I'll send a date out if we can set that up.
Fantastic. Streets and Sidewalks.
No report tonight.
Utilities Committee.
No report.
Okay. Report of the Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Jameson.
Thank you, Madam President. Just one quick item. The second and final round of holiday tree recycling collection for chipping your holiday tree will be Monday, January 18th. Please have your clean tree out at the curb of that date. After that time, you can place it next to your refuse can on your regular garbage day, and Kimball will remove it as refuse. My report.
Report of the engineer, Mr. Gannon.
Thank you, Madam President. The contractor on East Washington Street has been lining laterals for the past several weeks. They're actually off this week. The main part of the contract of lining the public side laterals between the main and the middle of the street and the back of the sidewalk is done. So now they're onto the private side, which is between the sidewalk and the house. They've just gotten started on that. We've gotten about a 75% positive response rate. That's residents or property owners participating in the project by lining their private side lateral. So that's it was a total guess, but I projected 20% at the beginning. So
Wow.
we're running way ahead. So that's a big positive.
That is good.
So the contractor's not in town this week. We will be smoke testing in South Russell tomorrow. So that's on basically the industrial parks and the business parks up to Panini's tomorrow. I think that's my report.
And the
Any
smoke
questions?
testing
Yeah,
for
yes.
those, and the smoke testing for those that don't remember is when we put smoke down in the sanitary lines and we see where it comes out.
Mhm.
And we see who might be tied in with their gutters into the sanitary line and other random exciting things happen.
Right.
Just because we're on YouTube and other people may see this without having heard that previous conversation.
I thought we were testing this for people that smoke cigarettes.
Door to door.
Let's start some bad rumors there, Mr. Newell. Okay, any questions for Mr. Lannon? Okay. Report of the police chief.
Okay, well, not to sound like a broken record, but we had another car theft last week. And a break-in, not even a break-in, an entry into a car on Christmas. So once again, just reminding everyone, tell your neighbors, we're trying to push it out as much as possible. This is happening all over. It's not just Chagrin Falls. People are coming out from Cleveland, they're coming out from Akron, and entering unlocked vehicles. They're not breaking in, they're entering vehicles that are left open with keys and purses and wallets and other valuables inside. So lock your cars, lock your houses, and try not to leave valuable items in the car because it's making people a target. And there's really no rhyme or reason to location. So it's, generally it's tended to be on the south end, but there doesn't seem to be a pattern involved either. It's just the common denominator is that the vehicle's unlocked. So just pushing that out again. We did get the car back, which is a good thing. Our officers did a good job on that. But, there's several different people doing this. It's not just one group of individuals at this time. So just keep pushing it. That's all I ask for.
Okay, lock your cars.
Yes. We'll stay on it. I mean, we're working on it with, and other agencies are working on it, but it's difficult.
Thank you.
I'll rent Nelson out to anybody who wants to protect their cars.
Sit in the car.
Sure.
He'll go after him. That's good.
Before we go any further, the fire chief.
I have no report tonight, Madam President.
Who
are you rooting for tonight?
Right? I can tell.
Go Bucks. Let's go. Chop, chop.
Okay.
Okay, do we have any members of the public who would wish to speak to council tonight? You can use the raise your hand function. I don't see any raised hands.
No raised hands.
So we will go on to miscellaneous. Do we have any miscellaneous items? Okay, I just would like to say thank you for getting through all this legislation in 32 minutes. We're doing pretty good. Mr. Rocky, did you have one other thing?
Yeah, holiday light cleanup will be on Saturday.
Oh, fantastic.
Oh.
Okay, and on that note, I will adjourn the meeting at 7:32 p.m. so everyone can go watch the football. Thank you. Have a good night, guys.
Thank you.
Good night.
Bye.